Hello, I'm Ruth Clarke. I'm on the PCC at St Laurence Church in Northfield, and I'm also the lead on the EcoChurch process that we're undergoing.
And I'm Canon Janet. I'm Rector of St Laurence Northfield. Now, Ruth, as Christians, we know it is imperative that we take climate change seriously. But there's more to it than that, isn't there?
Yes, thank you, Janet. One of our missions as Christians is to live sustainably and ethically in our individual lives and also in that of our churches. And the EcoChurch programme is part of that process. And also bring that ethos into our wider community. But not only that, our mission should be now to plan and put into action how we address the issues of poverty, inequality, our sense of entitlement and privilege, which are not only morally wrong, but over the generations into the present time have and continue to contribute towards the climate problem. And part of this, we're now seeing how Christian aid and fair trade production are coming together with the same message. So that's where we should be going now as Christians.
Indeed, we are. Thank you, Ruth. We're seeing a lot of people coming together, and some of us may be bored of all this. But once the leaders are bored, it usually means that everybody else is only just beginning to get the idea. So, Ruth, you've got a question for me, haven't you?
Yes, well, we've now got our EcoChurch Bronze Award. And what did you think was good about the whole process?
Well, I have to say I went into it with some trepidation because I didn't know how other people would feel about it in the congregation. So for Lent a few years ago, I set the bean challenge. There were 20 activities which people were challenged to do. And every time they did one, they put a bean in a jar and they were on the side altar. Simple things like picking up litter, looking at your energy supplier, hard ones such as doing an energy audit. And we discovered that the beans really mounted up. I think we had over 700 actions during Lent. So that was great. And then we started to look at the EcoChurch process. And as we filled in the questionnaire, we discovered we'd actually done quite a lot and we weren't far off getting our Bronze Award. And it really motivated us to push on with this. And we've also had support along the way. So Ruth, you're going to tell us more about that.
Yes, Russia, which is the main driver behind the EcoChurch and is based in America, also has the EcoChurch UK, which is their UK end of the support process. And they are very good. They've got a website, they keep in contact with regular information about seminars on climate change and all the issues surrounding that. They're very good in responding to any queries you have, so they're a good support there. And also the Church of England itself has plenty of information now. They're sort of really coming to the fore with looking at how we tackle the climate change problem, and they have heating and lighting seminars and various things like that you can tune into. So yes, it's knowing those resources and actually tapping into them. The support is there when you go looking for it as well.
Thank you. Thank you. We've really gone into the support, and if you're wondering about when to change, not how many people to change a light bulb, but when to change them, whether you keep going with the ones you've got or you make a big step now, look at the Church of England's webinar on lighting. Now, Ruth's got another question for me.
Somewhere, yeah. Anything we wish we'd known before we started the process?
I think we wish we'd known how easy it is. I just can't stress that too much. And we soon discovered when we were doing the questionnaire, well, we got gold actually in one area, so that was brilliant. But if we answered some questions as positives, even though they were still negatives, we could see what we needed to do to get into the bronze or now the silver area. Of course, we went back then and changed it to be a no when it should be a no, but we knew what to do to get our next level. And then when we got our bronze award, we were really excited and we pressed all the buttons to get the certificate and everything. And we were a little bit surprised to find that at that point, we were asked to make a donation. Now, let's be clear, it was a donation. They made a suggested one linked to the number of people in your church. And A Rocher is a charity. And I did wonder how they were funded. So it's absolutely fair enough that they asked for a donation, but it would have been useful to have known about that earlier in the process. So fair enough on the donation. And just on fairness, just stressing this whole thing about fair trade and Christian aid, the fight for justice, it all comes together under EcoChurch. And it is really something we should be putting a lot of effort into it. We believe in a God of justice and love. Amen.